Hello people of the internet, my name is Atinious. Right now I'm bringing you the horror game called Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. I don't know much about the game, I found it on PlayStation Store, but let's do this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Give me 1 second and just make sure everything's still good. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Alright. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. Sorry, let me put my phone on vibrate. Oh, jumping right into it. That house. Where was I? I get now remember that what I was saying. No. Okay. Cat. Oh. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. There's a plant. There we go. There we go, okay. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic. It was also, do I free it? Yes. So far it's pretty nice. Why do I have a collection of rusty tools? These looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in the damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? I don't know, why weren't they in a shed? Ooh, is that Rachel? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it'd been moved alive. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Do I press the switch? Yes. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Faraway click? There were scribbles of all kinds of random scraps of paper and notes about some kind of water tower. Did he mean the one by the old train yard? Might have been upstairs. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquid bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. Yeah, so was that noise. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason. Did I take it? Yeah, I slipped the photo into. Oh, oops. Upstairs we go. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I better stay there. Okay, so an empty room. That's good to know, I guess. Why is there just a body laying there is what I want to know. I didn't know I could do that. Okay, cool. I was the only one that heard that, right? The desk had a computer, no papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yes. Receipts, pen, and a blurry photo took it. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoe and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of here. Let's go. I'm not. Is the dead body still there? Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go downstairs again. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. There was a photo-developed tray laying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Treetops? Just keep going. The front door is blocked by a pile of furniture. Ah, crap! It looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. I was just The door was taped and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. The box looked heavy, but there was marks on the floor. It obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yeah. Heaved the box forward, and it finally gave. And on the ground where the box was, a dank smell rose upon the passage. Oh, from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wonder where the wife was. My leg was terrible shape. I had to get out. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map town, the industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in the town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos of our house. What in the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of location. I guess you're right. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first, and I needed to see what else was down there. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? The desk looked like an old... The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Hey, Heavey, Heraphoro. None of it made sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me either. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that the woman was wearing in the photo I found. What was the man's wife? Or was this the man's wife? I hope not. I'll go back down there in a sec. What's this? Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating in the bottom, something wet. Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Someone didn't actually use that, did they? I hope not. I'm shaking. Dude, sorry. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? I'm scared. Excuse my language. I remember noticing the broken ladder, and I had to be careful. Oh. Not now, Annie. What was that doing there? There was a rope hanging there, and I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Should I take it? Yes. Maybe the rope would do something. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Oh, a bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave in. Then why are we going this way? My hands tingled from that burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky that I found that. Who knows what would have happened if I had just jumped down. Still, it was all I could do, not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools, what the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at this sound. I peered ahead into the dark of the next room. I worried that I should have taken the gun I saw, but me with a gun. There was dirt on the ground, it looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. I could hear a faint trickling sound. Was that water? Like water. What was that? Better be water. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about making me sick. I didn't even want to touch that. Take the knife. Somehow the knife seemed better an idea than the gun in that tunnel. I don't trust that exit. Nope. Door's locked. There was a musty smell from inside. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyways? Yeah. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Okay, second valve. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyways? Yes. 3 and 4. We're gonna turn it. Yes. Yes. We're done here. Let's get out. Door was locked and there was a musty smell. Thank God. Which smelled disgusting. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down it. Maybe I should find a way to drain the putrid water. Maybe the valves? Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Through the dust I see handprints of previous use. Maybe whoever's worked this in the sewers. I don't understand. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut it off. Did I turn it? Yes. One second. Okay, let's go. Looked like I turned it off. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off the flow. Did I turn it? Yes. One second. Okay, sorry. Let's go. The part of my controller cover came off. I'll fix it later. Dang it, I thought I turned it off. There's more pipes this way. Do I need to go up this ladder? Disgusting. It was a mess. Filthy garbage bags were rips and tears in most of the bags. Well, it looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yeah. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape. I thought, but I took it anyways. Can't do anything in this one. Door was locked. There was a musty smell from the inside. Looked like I turned off the water valve or water flow in this valve. I thought I could turn the water valve, shut off the flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Let's see if that one worked. Let's go to 2 again. I thought I could turn the water valve to shut off its flow, did I? Yes. I thought I could turn, yes. Am I missing something? Ah, came off again, give me a sec. Yeah, I'll put it back on later. Okay. Back in here, I guess. Gotta turn off 1. What the frick? Do I need to go back? Did I miss something? To press on, but what am I? I do not want to keep digging for this mess. Well, okay. I'm confused here. 1 marks from where the knife was. I'm doing something wrong here. Looked like a oh, okay. Did I turn this one off? Okay. Why is it quiet? Okay. Is door still locked? Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Down the ladder. Looks like the water drained out of that grate wall. There was small metal key. Yes. That'll go to that room upstairs. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The door's locked. I can see it's faint light. Nope. You can keep that light over there. Why is there a heartbeat? I found another dead body, a sewer worker by the wounds over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. I take it? Yes. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe this VHS tape. There was a hint of fresh air in here. I must have been near the exit, but I wondered, what did the key I found in the sewer do, and what? Exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through here. It was so high up that must have been a sore landing. As I slowly climbed the ladder, I felt the knife in my boot and the jolting pain in my leg. I wonder what was on that VHS tape or in that locked room. Should I have gone back to check? As I popped the latch above me, the dank scent of pine trees pushed aside the horrible smell of those sewers. We're gonna go back. There was... oh, crap. Okay. Well, I guess we can't go back. An old ladder was laying over the ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended. Did I extend the ladder? Popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Beat ball. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yes. I folded the wallet and returned it to my back pocket. It looked nicked up somehow and really worn, but there weren't any cards or ID in it. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down the entrance station. Had I come through here before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. Why is that part broken? No, nothing over here. Back down we go. Okay. I tried the little key I had finished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. I like chili. Don't ruin chili. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that the increasing wind. I think they decreased. We're gonna go this way. No map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I had found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I had found on the other man's bookshelves. His notes mentions the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Wait, what was in that? What was on the other side of that? Just want to double check. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter. Fading remains of old schedules and reports. Among the paper were newer looking sheets covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelves, and he had notes of the water tower outside too. Why? What was he using this old station for? Maybe that man is still out there. Because if he wrote there, then maybe... Alright, now we're back up. Wait, was there a door? No, okay. Just make sure. Right. Back outside. Oh, in the torn opening of that ruined train were heaps of dirt and stale water. At the bottom I thought I saw a scrap of cloth. As I looked closer I could see that it was definitely some kind of nylon, maybe a windbreaker or some other outdoor clothing. There was too much of a mess on the ground to see any kind of footprints, but someone or something had definitely trod a regular path. Oh. Well. If I go back. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Where else am I supposed to go? Can I go past here? No, I couldn't. Can I... What was this way? Water tower. What it was this way? A door. Okay, sweet. Alright, let's go. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had been scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointing out the various campsites and the walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Trampled on into the dirt and grass was plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off. I was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine to take it back. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Maybe this way. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. No. This way. There were some certain personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook. Did I read it? Yes. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after one page after one page after names in the list. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel. What? Her name was last on the list and had marked beside the in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, Rose had also been crossed out, but these marks looked older and more faded. She dead? Something's moving around. A few embers still burn within the fire pit. Who was camping here? Who else was out here in these woods? There was a cheap two-person dome tent through the screen on the front. I could see two sleeping backpacks and a small cooler. Someone's here then. Looks like they're saying no. The musty wooden plank propped him. It didn't seem to be useful to bother taking. Not sure why, but I took it. The granny thing had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. Alright, so I'm gonna go back and go through that first one that I saw. We're gonna go through this one. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return here. Right? Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. It must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me had led. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean. And what were the campers who had abandoned the site? Where were? Would I meet them too. Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? I'll say that was the end of the game. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a mechanist for all those years. Oops. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago. Now times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Better be just the wind. I'll stab someone. Now we're gonna go through the door. Oh, gate works too. I found the body of a security guard just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this. Did I receive my watch? Yes. The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyways. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. There were a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables bust out of the box, snaking off to the other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected in the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." Alright, upstairs we go. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Normal. The power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes. Still wasn't working. Did I try again? Yes. That one works. The locker was open, stuffed with dirty work clothes and boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside of it, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. Power panel. It looked like it was shut off. That push it? Yes. Alright, that one seemed to be working fine. It was shut tight. There was a rusty looking card slot on the side. So there's an upstairs and there's a table. Our old break table, the layer of dust and grime only made seeing this stink more. The door had been hastily boarded up. Why is it boarded up? Why are the doors boarded up? This was Norman's locker. The door had been dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Ooh, another panel. I hoped I could get me power back on, Dad. Okay, yes. Great, this one was working. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. So it was just recently used. Another panel I hope could get me the power back on. Did I flip the switch? Yes. Do it again? Yes. Yes. Ooh. Whoa, okay. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden in the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes. Scooped the key card in my pocket. If I remembered right, it was this way. I struck with the hammer with the old wooden boards came apart easily. I had to remove the planks. I left the hammer on the floor. This was my locker. There in the factory, a stake of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wonder if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. What if that's our house? Down the stairs. Key card I found seemed like it would pass through the reader. Did I use the key card? Yes. There was some kind of ventilation hatch here. It looked like I could jump. I like her enough as it is, but I couldn't. Not yet. Okay, man. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, and it was hard to make it out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked like to be a ballpoint pen, and all I could make out was "need to." Just don't drink and need Norman. Who is Norman writing to? I stepped out of the factory and glad to be rid of its smell and its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about what was in that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? Was it about Norman? Who had rooted all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get a road to get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turn off to the factory, if I remember correctly. Nope, getting out of here. Nope. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to just... There's a gate. Dumpster. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. I'd take it back? Yes. I took the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Woo! We got it. Sounded like it was gonna start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. Norman. Let's go upstairs. Norman. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder what. Single tag and simple folding letter popped out. Right here. The TV was still flickering some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe it. What I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of his few friends I had in this town, lay dead in his armchair. His face, shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he's been stabbed or something trying to get up. Norman, you deserve better than this. Did I close his eyes? Yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean though, but there were water rings from 2 cups still in there. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't do that mess, did I? Yes, I did. Found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash pocketed it. Okay, we're gonna go up the ladder now. is it quiet? There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Yes. Inside the old cardboard box was a pile of clothes, photos, and even shoes. As I looked closer, I realized they were Rachel's. What were you doing here, Rachel? What were you responsible for that poor man Norman downstairs? Could I have gone this way? I didn't mean to go up yet. Okay, just make sure. So I've been that way. I'm gonna go this way. And this way was downstairs. Another door. Let's go through it. I wasn't entirely surprised to find this here. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. I always wondered what happened to it. How long had it been there? Rachel, if you cheated on me. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. Well, grab one. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Oh, there's blood. Down. You've already been here. I used a hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went through very much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It had been weeks since I had last seen Norman, but to find him like that, who could have done that to him? Seeing that the dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. Assuming this one wasn't either. It was locked, not my house. This is my house. My TV, downstairs garbage can. The gate was locked tight. It wasn't my house. The neighbor's local post box. A letter was taken out of it. Is it someone that has a person? I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yes. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I had taken a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this is in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband is an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman. So don't you think that you can hold that against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that. Maybe let's better goodbye. I had the wrong gate. Does that mean did Rachel do that? I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding. It chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I held my breath as I approached our door. I was terrified to step in. You and me both, brother. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by my door. The power was off. I remember having breakfast here on this very table. What was that yesterday or sometime before? The door to the basement was locked. Where had I put that damned key? There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yes. Think about canceling the credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Alright, Rachel, you better stop playing with me. Rachel. I had found the last missing piece from my wall. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable that I keep it anyway. I replaced the photo in my wallet, make feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Our television, I had purchased it before and knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it and afterwards, but by then it was too late. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Upstairs we go. My room. Yes. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, whatever that is, and train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Was she going to leave with Norman? What if I'm the killer? Our hallway mirror had been smashed in pieces, scattered around the floor. Our sink, which needed to be replaced, one of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. Were I lucky enough to get a house with one of those old, wonderful claw footprint bathtubs? My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left, and on the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key on the top of the drawer. My desk, I take it, yes. I pocketed the key. So, what door would it be to? Is it this one? No, that's right, that was the bathroom. This was bedroom, so I need to go back downstairs. No, that was the living room. Right, just making sure. Alright. So the door was locked from inside. Go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Basement. Unlock the basement door. Get dark. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with little paint cans and supplies. There was an old dirty key here. Did I take it? Yes. Took a small dirty key and tried to remember what it unlocked. The door upstairs. There were old clothes, tools, and Grim key I found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did someone break in here? There were an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes. I lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. There's nothing else here. The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Where else would she be? Rachel's not here. Did I miss something? One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. Bathroom. Was there something down here? Living room. This was that torn room, right? By the looks of it, the crowbar had broken a few things. Can't go that way. Can't even remember our last Christmas. Looked like there was a plaster and a hole in fuel there. We had way too much junk. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes, I forgot all about that. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall and smashed the hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. That was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Don't look. Filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The awful stench. The stench of them was awful, made my eyes water. I was terrified to fish about to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all the searching I had seen, when I looked in my, did I finally find my Rachel? Oh no, my hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of cloth. At the center under the dirt mess was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised, all over slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were torn and ripped, and even though all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. What I have carried all this way has suddenly seemed like poison. What happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen. I wondered if any of it could have helped me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Oh. What? Maybe I was used. Here's my wallet with his contact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe someone stole it from me. No one stole that forest and the one. Was I? Yes, I was. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet since contact. But what does that mean? This was the old photo of that other man and his wife. I assumed I found it in that house. I recall those faded remains I had out in this house, deep underneath this house. What had he? Well, what I think, was I the man involved in the whole mess somehow? Yes, definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. Within the few broken pieces that remained of the mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look at it again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I feel empty and drained. The reflection in that grinning glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still love the old-time charm that the clawfoot bath, though it seemed to be cold and comforted in. Is the keycard I found in the factory the one that allowed me to just look through that door? It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if it wasn't... Yes! Okay. Well, we'll figure all this out in the next episode, but my name's Atinious. Leave a like if you like this video, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.